everybody, and welcome to this different episode of Politics Relaxed. It's not a podcast today, but instead the panelists, which managed to make it at least tonight, are going to be attempting the political compass to see how we all align. I've seen comments saying, commenting about Piers' far-right views. Well, let's see how far-right Piers actually is tonight. In the order that I see them,
I'm not.
in the order that I see them, Piers on the top, including Jose, Lily, Cameron, and Felix, who failed to manage to screen record last time. Let's see if it works this time.
It's gonna work again. I know it's not.
It's gonna work. Okay, question one, everyone. Freedom of business is the best way. Is the best practical way society can prosper. What's everyone's thoughts on this?
Yes.
I strongly agree because employment is the key to people's livelihoods, and the only way people can get employment is through business. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I'm neutral. I don't care.
Is everyone else on question two now?
Yes.
Felix doesn't care about people's employment and business and jobs and lives.
No.
You heard it here first.
Okay.
No.
Move on.
Okay, just look at Sports Direct and the gig economy. That's exploitation. A lot of it.
That's nothing to do with the UK. That's to do with
No.
these.
I think
Have you seen Sports Direct?
Sports
Yeah,
Direct
I've
is
seen-
quality, mate.
Direct.
Have you seen the Sports Direct content? This is literal modern day slavery. They make people work. Like when they ask them, "Oh,
Right.
can you come in this week?" Get an unsteady form of income, and they don't value their employees.
Not just Sports Direct.
Direct, like single-handedly saved the high street.
Don't want to keep this
my
going on
cousin
for too
works in
long.
Sports Direct. He quite likes it, actually.
There you go.
First-hand info, everyone. First-hand.
Is it?
Sometimes it is a right. That's the government may spy on its citizens. No. I don't agree with this.
Disagree.
I will say I'm neutral/unsure because if you see someone put up a terrorist flag in their garden,
Yeah, so that's different.
You may
I'm
have to spy on
anti-government
them.
intervention.
Yeah, that's different to spying on someone. Because that's
I actually
basically
agree with
they're
the
a terrorist.
statement. I agree because I'm not at all a libertarian, and I believe that national security is actually more important than that, personally.
I'm against state intervention in things when you have no reason to be. Like, obviously, if the person has passed, then perhaps, but
then at some point you could say it gets too late if you go beyond the stage of being just suspicious and then they end up doing something.
Sometimes it is right. Sometimes it's right.
sometimes, yeah. Mandatory IDs should be used to ensure public safety.
Strongly disagree.
Where mandatory IDs? Passports are mandatory.
I think with the
IDs.
vaccine
Where
there
would
should
you
be
show
one.
it? Like, that doesn't really make sense.
I
Like,
agree.
Doesn't
would you just be like,
specify.
that's it for me?
It's just a waste of money because most people have driver's license and some form of ID
Yeah.
anyways.
Strongly
No,
disagree.
but if it's something like now with the vaccine, you could argue that it could be a good idea to have on you something saying that you took it, because if you didn't take it, it could give the shop owner the right to deny you entrance.
That's why you have to do that QR code thing, before you take to COVID testing. Some places, that's much cheaper than giving everyone an ID card.
Exciting.
No one wants to talk about COVID.
If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Strongly agree.
I've seen people get quite divided on this one, actually.
I disagree with it.
Disagree, yeah.
Yeah,
Disagree.
I think.
I strongly agree because
If somebody comes with a knife and you have nothing to hide, you're still going to be scared.
You do have something
no,
to fear,
but I'm
I guess.
thinking more from the point of, let's say you've committed tax
Yeah,
evasion
something like
and they
that.
come knocking on your door. If you didn't end up committing it, why people who don't want to show all their bank records and stuff like that?
I think
Yeah, but
that
that
this
doesn't-
comes back though to government
Relate-
intervention. This comes back to, I guess, spying, the spying question.
This is
again.
important question here. The smaller the government, the freer the people. And I have
Strongly
to put
agree.
strongly agree.
Because what if you have a really
Absolutely.
strict government of like 5 people? That doesn't make sense.
No,
Well, yeah,
I
that's
don't think it
solid.
means it's a
It's easier to topple
No.
5 people than an empire.
But that is
Okay.
a fact.
it's actually talking
I'm gonna agree.
about the size of
The government institution.
the size of the institutions and the size of the welfare state, primarily by saying that. And I think we have to have a small government and a small welfare state. So therefore, of course, strongly agree.
Government should at most provide emergency services and law enforcement. Of course.
Why at most? Is that the most they can get?
That's
I'm
as a bare
neutral.
minimum. Why not? It's the government's purpose, like I said, to serve for the people and to protect the people, and to serve for the people and protect them. Emergency services and law enforcement. Strongly agree.
Normally agree.
The police was not made to protect the people, but to uphold the status quo by force.
Strongly disagree. What a load of nonsense. Unbelievable.
I don't think it was made to do that, but it's become like more interpreted to be like that. But I don't think it
I would
was.
argue
I think
the
it's
opposite.
It wasn't
created
made to do that,
people
though.
like,
I disagree.
I would argue,
don't do this, do that.
Yeah, like a sense of that though. There is like a sense of like the police. If you look at like if you look at Black Lives Matter, let's say, the Trump administration put out a thing saying that the police should charge them like every time.
Yeah, but this
That
is about
is
when the
up-
police was established.
wait, no, but when it was established in like the
Of course it was.
1700s, it was made like that,
That was the
to
purpose.
uphold the status quo. But now it's changed to protect the people. So
Yeah, but the question
It's
is
definitely in this country we have community policing, and I think it's really important that that's
Yeah,
something we
Metropolitan
retain.
more.
we have good community policing and community policing are two very different things.
Agree. It's their choice.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to duel someone to the death, then why can't you?
32. An individual's body is their own property.
Fair
They
enough.
should be able to do anything they desire to. Yeah, sure.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. no. Why
Would
you
you-
let
Do
them
it.
would you-
do anything? That means you let people kill themselves, right?
What-
Surely.
if they but
No,
I'm not-
that's not
I
what
might
it's
sound
That's
sound
not-
very
I don't think
inhumane
it's-
with this, but you can stop someone by convincing them. But at the end of the day, if they're so convinced they're going to want to do it, they're going to
I'm
want to
going-
do it. Unfortunately,
Don't
that's how
say that.
life is.
I'm going
Yeah.
unsure here because I can think of plenty exceptions.
Gender is a social construct, not a natural state of affairs. What?
That
Strongly disagree.
What?
This
That does not make sense. There are people that
It
believe
basically-
that, but
When you-
I can understand
Gen-
if you identify as different things, but if you identify as something really unrealistic, like I identify as a broccoli,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you don't-
it's a bit
No one does
like.
that. No one does
yeah,
that.
no, Felix.
You'll be-
There are
no,
people that have
surprised
how
identified
many
as
people
leopards.
identify as some funny things.
Yeah,
so-
you would.
Do you
Just
really, do you really think that that's
search up
serious?
My Strange Addiction. Trust me, you'll get some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gender is
exactly.
not a social construct because gender is based off sex.
Yes,
That in someone's sex,
biological.
it's either there are two of them. By the way, there are not more than
Yeah.
two. You can identify as whatever you want, but I won't accept an argument that there are more than two genders,
Okay.
or that
What about
gender is a
what
social
about gender
construct.
neutral? What about gender neutral?
You're
Well, that's
By-
not a gender. So
that
there are
isn't
still
a
two
gender.
genders, and that's being not a gender. So that's a separate thing. So my comments still stand.
it's like shows like using like BAME or LGBTQ characters just for like the token value of it rather than for the actual character. I've seen it
That's
happening
a
with a
key
lot of
point.
Netflix
Very,
shows.
very, very true.
Okay. I want to.
Yeah, I think we've had an episode on this before.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have. You can
no,
also
no.
check that out on the
have.
channel.
I want.
What's this? I got a pop-up from Zoom.
You upgraded it.
Oh, they removed the 40-minute time limit. That is amazing.
Oh, great.
Oh, they're so
Thanks.
nice.
So
Thanks, Ian.
kind. Victimless crime should still be punished.
Strongly agree. If you get a parking ticket, it doesn't really affect anyone.
But
Still
it should be
deserves to-
punished. I don't
Well,
think it's
technically,
wrong.
you'd be a victim if you park like shittily in Tesco and no one can get in because of your bad parking.
You're gonna
True,
have to-
but I'm imagining you're parking in the middle of nowhere, not really affecting anyone. But I get your point. Yeah.
Let's say like speeding. If it went unpunished, everyone would do it, and then there will be more road death accidents. Road deaths. Why not put that on?
Well, in all fairness, though, Germany don't have too many road deaths, and they don't really have a speed limit on their
I'm going to
motorways.
disagree. I think there's always a victim for a crime.
That's because Germany's roads are really good.
I'm
Ooh.
lib right. Oh,
Ooh.
eh.
Nah.
I got this. So,
Awesome.
I should be more progressive. I'm so angry.
I'm slightly
Yeah.
progressive.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
libertarian.
really? I
I'm
think when-
slightly lib left.
What?
Oh my god,
What?
this is going to make an
Are you
amazing
serious?
title. This is going to make an amazing title. Oh my god.
I'm a little progressive, and I'm like very,
No.
very slightly lib left.
I'm not exactly
yeah.
0. I am 8, like 0.08 to the left. So
I mean, I've never liked the
Left.
political compass because it
Mm.
forces you to comply with.
How are you so liberal? Oh,
what do you mean?
God.
Libertarian or liberal?
Well,
No,
no, libertarian. Libertarian, absolutely, it's true. Yeah.
I
But you're, in fact, you're both, aren't you? You're both. I mean, that's just worse.
No,
Imagine being liberal and libertarian. Too much liberty.
imagine being authoritarian and right. I mean,
Oh,
I think
So-
I know what to expect.
Stop it.
right, while
I'm so confused.
I want to stop screen recording. Let me. What's
I'm
going on?
slightly lib and slightly left, and then I'm like very progressive.
Where's my recording gone?
I
All
have to
right,
go
okay. We have to conclude that.
Mine
thank
has
you.
disappeared. Mine has disappeared.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this special episode of Politics Relaxed. Obviously, we're going to be interviewing Monica Harding, who is a Liberal Democrat member, and nearly took the seat of, who was it? Can't remember
Dominic
his name.
Raab.
Dominic Raab, yes. So stay around for that. Yeah, that concludes it. Thank you for watching this special episode, and we'll see you for the